Welcome live to the Nold Athletic Complex on the campus of Farmingdale State College, where this afternoon the NFHS Network presents the Nassau Class A Girls Basketball Final. Featuring top-seeded Floral Park against the second-seeded Locust Valley Falcons. Both teams coming into this game 22-0, a remarkable feat, first time since 1999. Both finalists here in Nassau Class A are undefeated coming in. Straight off the tip, Floral Park wearing their home whites with the ball. Their starting five, really the same five that they've gone with throughout the year. You've got Carolyn Lupicic, number 2. Amanda Kozak, 14. Erin Harkins, 20. There's Lupicic driving through the lane. Front rim, no good. Rebound goes to Floral Park, to Locust Valley. Ball off the foot. Stays with the Falcons, the second-seeded Falcons. They've got a pair of 1,000-point scorers in number 2, Julia Sabatino, and number 30, Paige O'Brien. Very much their leaders. Three-point shot, top of the key, no good. That was Lindsay Hogan. Rebound goes for Floral Park. Interior pass. That's the freshman, Maya Bateau, goes in for 2. Bateau is so influential, especially on the defensive end in the semifinal win over Belmore JFK. Hogan in the corner, gets it back out. Quick ball movement for the Falcons. There's O'Brien. She spots up for 3. Off the rim, no good. Chasing down the loose ball is Lubicic, and she corrals, quickly outletting it. Delson off of Hogan, and here come Locust Valley. Hogan in the lane. Little runner, no good. Gets her own rebounds. She kicks it back out for O'Brien. She thought about it. Dribble penetration. She loses it on her way in, and she is called for the travel. An incredibly electric atmosphere here this afternoon. Great student support for both teams. Across our way are the proud Floral Park fans, and really on the same side right here with us, we're kind of embedded with them a little bit, are the Falcons supporters for Locust Valley. Delson drives off glass and in! Jada Delson, very much the leader of this Floral Park team, the senior point guard. And the Knights have opened up a 4-0 lead. It seemed really throughout the year these teams were destined to play each other. They both thought they'd be the top 2 seeds. That came to fruition. Hogan for 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. Loose ball rebound. It'll stay with Locust Valley. These teams were also kind of intertwined a year ago as well. They were the 8 and 9 seeds respectively and ended up playing each other. Floral Park won that game. They both thought they should have been seeded higher. 3-shot blocked by Bateau. So they both kind of thought they'd be here. They didn't necessarily think they'd be here as undefeated teams, though. Forced inside to Bateau, and here come Locust Valley looking to run. That's Sabatino, and ball knocked out of her hands. Sabatino, 5-year varsity player, a 4-year starter. She'll go on and play her collegiate ball at New Paltz. That's Peyton Teeney inbounding. Gets it right back. And they'll work the ball around the perimeter. Hogan. Nowhere to go. Kicks it back out to Sabatino. And a traveling violation called on Peyton Teeney. A lot of times when you get to this point of the season, you're dealing with unfamiliar surroundings. Not the case here for these two. The semifinals were also played here at the Nold Athletic Complex on a bigger court, so they're a little bit familiar with the surroundings. Bateau puts it on the ground, kicks it to the left to Harkins, back to Bateau. She's quickly doubled. Delson switches to her left. Great kick down low. The layup is in by Amanda Kozak. 6 points, 3 different scorers, and Floral Park out for the early 6-point advantage. There's Hogan, hands off to O'Brien. Sabatino. For 3. Front rim, no good. Here comes Harkins on the break. Wisely pulls up. She was 1 on 3, but she goes back instead. No good off glass. Hogan the rebound, and now O'Brien looks to push. O'Brien on Delson, and she is called for the reach-in foul. First foul for either team. We've played at a very frenetic pace early on. 4:22 left in this first quarter. Locust Valley still looking for their first points. And they'll get them inside, courtesy of Amber Linden. Big 2 points for Locust Valley. You had to figure there's likely some nerves for them, really for both teams. Delson to a cutting Lubicic. And Hogan affecting that shot, the 5'10" sophomore. She gets it right back. She grew about 3 or 4 inches this past offseason, was a guard. Now she's playing on the wing and also inside. That time Bateau again with the block. She had more than 10 blocks in the semifinals, and Kozak goes in for 2 more. She's got 4, the lead back up to 6, 8-2. Hogan kicks it back out to Sabatino. Hogan for 3, off rim, no good. Bateau the rebound, gets it out to Delson, and she'll pull back out and get something going in this half-court set. Delson goes to Harkins in the corner, inside to Kozak. Dribbles, switches it left side. Harkins 3, off the rim, no good. Battle for the loose ball. It goes to O'Brien. And a hand check called on Lubicic. You mentioned Sabatino being a 1,000-point scorer. The same is true of Paige O'Brien. In fact, they're practically mirror images of each other. 5-year varsity players, 4-year starters. She's also the goalkeeper on the Locust Valley soccer team, and she's called for the foul, trying to cut her way through the lane. And that's her first foul, and we'll see our first sub of the game as well. Emma Cheslock checks in for Amanda Kozak. Great job by Kozak. The Fairfield lax commit. There's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. And there's a good look at the bench, and you see their head coach, Mike Spina. Spina is in his 10th year coaching the girls, but he's no stranger, of course, to Floral Park Athletics. 28th year overall. He's coached the boys varsity basketball team, the JV boys basketball team, then the JV girls basketball team. By the way, 23 years as a football coach, a bunch more at softball, 18 at volleyball. So when you talk about a guy wearing a lot of hats, that is certainly Mike Spina, and he's got a tremendous love for Floral Park as well. Off the timeout, Lubicic will inbound for the Knights. Quick conversation between Spina and the officials. 2:41 left in the first quarter. Locust Valley picking up a 3-quarter press, a 2-2-1 look. They'll generally try to double the ball when they can. Delson quickly to the lane, and she's hit on her way up. So we'll have our first free throws of the game. And that's an issue for Michael Godone. That's O'Brien's second foul already, so something to watch for early on. Delson makes her first free throw. What a leader she is. 5-year varsity player. Spina calls her the most improved player that he's ever seen in 34 years of coaching. Missed the second. Loose ball picked up by Lubicic, and she is called for the travel, but Delson went from a bench player who was good but not great, worked on her shot a lot from her sophomore to a junior year. Ball handling improved tremendously from last year. And here she is now running the show. And an offensive foul called. Peyton Teeny called for the foul. First, team third, and the ball goes right back to Floral Park. Back into the capable hands of Delson. Delson goes down low. Lubicic quickly kicks it back out, back to Delson. You see the zone look now by Locust Valley. It's a 2-3. Quick ball movement by Floral Park. This time it's intercepted. Here comes Sabatino. 2-on-1, Sabatino high off glass, no good. Teeny the rebounds, kicks it back out. Hogan open three, good! We said that she's got that ability to knock down the outside shot. She's had a few good looks. This time Hogan knocks it down. Inside, Hogan with the block. So the sophomore working on both sides. Teeny the layup. Advantage Locust Valley. Timeout. Floral Park. The 30 again. We'll keep it right here. Great response by that bench at Locust Valley, and their head coach is Michael Godone. You think this means something to him? There he is in the suit. A Locust Valley alum as well. He was a teammate actually with Peyton Teeny. We just saw her with the layup. He was a teammate with Peyton Teeny's dad. Also went to school with Paige O'Brien and Julia Sabatino's father as well. So Locust Valley very much in his blood, and it's funny too. There's a great connection between both teams where we showed you Mike Spina before, the Floral Park coach. Peyton Teeny, who just had the layup, her dad was the best man at Michael Spina's wedding. So there you go. There's connections galore for these two schools, and yet they don't play each other during the year. Hogan gets the steal. O'Brien breaks loose. The layup is good. We are tied at 9. O'Brien's first two, and Floral Park a little bit out of sorts right now. The lead at its highest to this point for Floral Park was 6, but now we're tied at 9 with a minute left in this entertaining first quarter. Hogan not on the same page with Linden. She zigged when Hogan thought she'd zag, and a turnover. But again, you see Locust Valley picking up a little bit higher now. It was a three-quarter court press, and I think with the confidence that you have from this comeback, you pick it up a little bit higher. Delson's got to give it up. She gets to Kozak. Kozak, a few extra steps it seems, not called. Atto, the freshman, puts it on the court, pulls it back out, and gets to Delson. Smart move by the freshman. She wants it though at the foul line. She gets it inside, and she's called for the travel. You can argue call maybe should have been there a little bit earlier, but regardless, it's the right call. About a 5-second differential between shot and game clock, so Locust Valley can't quite hold for the last, so we'll try to get the best. Sabatino, top of the key, three, tries to bank it, no good, and a foul called inside on Linden. The fourth team foul, Linden's first, so with 20 seconds left in this first quarter, Floral Park can hold for the last. Here's Harkins, outletting it for Kozak. Kicks it back out to Harkins. They play catch, 10 on the game clock. Harkins nearly had it taken away. Delson on the dribble, left side, off the front rim, no good. Loose ball, it'll go to Locust Valley, but there is 0.3 seconds left, so not likely much to come from this, and in fact it does just go into the arms of Hogan to end A very entertaining back and forth quarter. 8 minutes in the books. It's been a fun one so far. You're watching the Nassau Class A Girls Basketball Final on the NFHS Network. Old Athletic Complex on the campus of Farmingdale State College. 8 minutes already in the books, 1 quarter down, and it's a fun one. It was back and forth. Floral Park, the top seed, came out on fire early on, and both teams ended up taking timeouts. After Locust Valley's timeout, you see their huddle now, and they kind of bounced back in a really good way and rallied to tie this game at 9. The winner of this one will not only have county championship banner to put up in their gym, but they'll go on and play in the Long Island Class A final against West Hampton. That game will be next Sunday, the 15th of March. West Hampton already waiting for their chance. Floral Park won this just a few years ago, 2016. That was with the great Kayla Hilaire leading the way. Hilaire went on and played at Seton Hall, graduated early from Seton Hall. Now she's at Stony Brook, where she's having a great season as a graduate student. Locust Valley will have the ball coming out of the break. It's Linden, the sophomore, handing it off to Sabatino. There's Teeny back out to Sabatino. They play catch. Teeny tries to put it on the deck, but she is called for the travel. You see Sabatino right away saying to Teeny, no problem, get it on the defensive end. Lubicic looks for options, gets it to Harkins. And again, the key against this zone is quick ball movement. They're going to double the ball early and often. There's Delson, well out by midcourt. Gets it to Lubicic. Inside, Kozak. Back out, Bateau. That is good. A 3 from the freshman. She's got 5, and Floral Park back in front, 12-9. Spina is really high on Bateau. What's so impressive is there's a 3 by Teeny off the mark. O'Brien picks up the rebound, spins in the lane, no good. Lubicic grabs the rebound, will have a jump ball possession. Will go to Floral Park. What he loves so much about Bateau, she's a 5'10 freshman, a 2-year varsity starter. She's the conference co-defensive player of the year. There's D1 potential there, and he doesn't think it's as a big either. She's got more growing to do, but he could see her as a 2 or a 3 because she has those guard skills. She also has an unbelievable spin move inside. We'll likely see it at some point today. Spina jokes it's such a big-time move that sometimes the officials, not even realizing it, just call her for a travel. Miscommunication there. Delson chases down the ball, but there's 4 in the shot. She's got to get up a shot. She won't be able to. Sabatino off the turnover. No good. O'Brien gets the rebound and the putback. O'Brien's got 4. 12-11. Bateau drives inside. Lefty layup. No good. Loose ball. Kozak chases it down. She is so good. Kozak is at just all the little things, those 50-50s as Bateau is called for the travel. Those loose balls. O'Brien leaves the game, and she's replaced by Riley Roberts. You want to talk youth? How about this? Roberts is an 8th grader. She sees significant minutes off the bench for the Falcons. She has the ball now. Funny thing is, right, you see her, you don't think 8th grader. You don't even think freshman, really. You think she is built to be an upperclassman. Teeny swings it. Roberts right back to Teeny. What a great cut to the lane. And she's hit on her way up. Teeny will go to the line for 2. Kozak called for the foul, her first. And now Teeny to the line. 3-sport athlete at Locust Valley. Soccer, lacrosse as well. First free throw is good. Quiets the Floral Park student section across the way, who are chanting air ball for that missed 3 earlier on. Second free throw by Teeny, back rim, no good. Chased down by Harkins. Lubicic's quick outlet to Delson, and she'll pump the brakes, pull it back out. Guarded closely by Sabatino. Lubicic, there's Kozak, doubled. Back out to Lubicic. 7 on the shot. Delson for 3. Front rim, no good. Rebound is pulled down, and here comes Locust Valley. That was Linden to Roberts, and she's called for the travel. So both teams kind of going back and forth with some turnovers. I mentioned just a terrific atmosphere. You expected it as much. Two teams coming in 22-0, both really well represented, not only by their communities and their students as well. They work it inside out. Harkins hands it off to Kozak, dumps it down low. Lubicic, great job by Carolyn Lubicic to get space. She's only 5'6", but it's all about positioning down low, and she's got the Knights up by 2. Bateau looks for the block, but instead she is called for the foul. For Bateau, it is her first. Linden leaves the game, and Maddie Driscoll checks in as Sabatino will go to the line for the first time. First is good. Sabatino is so instrumental in that terrific come-from-behind win over Manhasset in the semifinals. She also goes 1 of 2. Delson goes on the deck, and a charge is called inside by Sabatino, or on Sabatino.
Number 3, Julia Sabatino with the foul, her first, team second. Tommy, you're killing us, Tommy! Every game!
So again, 3-quarter pressure by Locust Valley. Harkins to Lubicic, and she is called for the travel. That was an interesting turnover because it was not really under pressure, but it was sensing the pressure and trying to look through layers of the Locust Valley defense. Teeny out top to Sabatino. Back to Teeny, 3-point. No good. Battle for the loose ball, and Delson comes away with it. Lubicic, Kozak dribbles, baseline, knocked away from Hogan from behind. And she'll hand off to Sabatino. Teeny tries to drive baseline, and she is called for the travel. Midway through second quarter, it's been a tight one throughout. The largest lead to this point, it's only been 6. It's been a few times so far for Floral Park, but we've been around this, and another traveling violation call, but we've been around this number. It's been tied. It's been 1-point advantage one way or another. Sabatino to Teeny. Back out Sabatino. Teeny drives baseline into Kozak. Her leaner no good. Loose ball rebound, jump ball. Possession arrow shows Floral Park.
Jump ball, possession, Floral Park.
Both teams struggling to score here in the first 4 minutes of this second quarter. Now you see a 2-3 look defensively by Locust Valley. generally someone, and that's what Kozak is trying to do now, flashes to the foul line to create some space. Lubicic, 3 in front of the Locust Valley bench. Off the rim, no good. Ripping down the rebound was Harkins, but apparently the call du jour is traveling. We've seen a number of those violations. O'Brien back into the game for Roberts. Not a lot of charges or double dribbles. It's been primarily traveling violations. Sabatino to Teeny. Doubled is O'Brien. There's an open player. There she is. Hogan for 3. Off rim, no good. Bateau outlet to Delson. To Bateau. She turns, surveys. Back out to Delson. She gets her call from Spina, who has to scream it in this environment. Cross court. 5 on the shot. The runner, no good. O'Brien rips it down. O'Brien, Hogan. Bateau blocks it. Back out though. That 3 is good. Julia Sabatino knocks down the 3. She's got all 4 of her points in this quarter. And the Falcons have a 16-14 lead. Under 2 to go in this first half. And again, miscommunication. This is a turnover. It's going to go for Locust Valley. The Knights will, actually both teams will sub. Emma Cheslock, the sophomore, comes in for Lubicic. My mistake, just inbounding the ball was Maddie Driscoll. To Sabatino. Hogan swings it. O'Brien's got to chase down, runs into the scorer's table. Some wild moments there for Locust Valley. Results in a turnover.
Knights possession.
1:37 to go in the second quarter. Neither team likely to go too deep into their bench. We've probably seen just about everybody who will play. Corner 3, Harkins in and out and back out again, and a foul was called on Harkins, it appears, on a hand check.
Number 20, Aaron.
It is Harkins' first foul, the 3rd team foul this quarter. And here comes Sabatino. Teeny gets it back to Sabatino. Just a freak athlete for Locust Valley. Her 3 is short. Teeny the rebound. The second opportunity off the mark. It'll stay though with Locust Valley as we are just under a minute left in this first half.
Possession Falcon.
Teeny will inbound on the baseline. Finds Sabatino. Quick catch and shoot for Sabatino. 6 points all in this second quarter, and now the Falcons have their largest lead at 4. The Knights want a response here. Delson splits defenders, and she'll get pushed. Foul on Teeny. It is her second.
Number 21, Peyton Teeny with the foul. Her second, team's 3rd.
The inbound comes underneath. All the way back out to Bateau. Nearly fouled by Sabatino. An up and under. Gets to the chest lock. Back out to Bateau. To Delson. Delson, dribble penetration. Kicks down low. Great look for Kozak. She's rejected by Hogan. The rebound for Delson. Oh, I thought she was fouled on her way up, but she is called for the travel. What this does for Locust Valley, as Roberts is back in for O'Brien, is now Locust Valley can hold for the last, and that's what their head coach, Michael Godone, is signaling to his players. He wants them spread out and hold for the last. Teeny finds a lane, rejected by Bateau, but Bateau is called for the foul. That is Bateau's second. And Teeny will go to the line. Bateau to sit. Smart move by her head coach, Spina, because that was her second foul, and Teeny misses her first. She went 1 of 2 from the line earlier this quarter. Second free throw, front rim, no good. Roberts with the rebound. High arcing putback attempt, no good. Loose ball. What's the call? It'll go to Floral Park. Knights, though, only 1.6 seconds left. So they need something quick. They get it to Harkins, dribbles, half court, heave, back iron, no good. And that's the half. It was back and forth. Floral Park had the lead early. Locust Valley responded, and it's the second-seeded Falcons with an 18-14 lead at the break. We'll come back. We'll have some analysis and the start of the second half as well. You're watching the Nassau Class A Girls Basketball Final on the NFHS Network. Coming back to the Knowles Athletic Complex on the campus of Farmingdale State College. Dylan Butler here. We thank you for joining us on the NFHS Network. The Nassau Class A Girls Basketball Finals, and those guys over there are having a lot of fun. I don't know what you would call them, because the school's the Knights, right? So are they the Knightiacs or I'm not sure, but great student support for Floral Park. Same is true on our side. We're a little blocked off, though, from seeing the Locust Valley fans. They're not quite as animated in what they're wearing, I think. I think it's more of a blackout to our left for the Locust Valley. Entertaining first half, though. We expect the same of the second half. Floral Park had the early edge. A pair of 6-point leads, and then Locust Valley, momentum shifted their way for the second quarter, and they've got a 4-point lead now as the second half starts. Locust Valley in the green, going from left to right. Sabatino hands off to Teeny to O'Brien. Sabatino out top for Hogan. Deliberate set to start the third quarter. We've got 6 on the shot. Hogan, Sabatino, 3 on the shot. Hogan puts on the deck. A wild shot off glass, no good. And Bateau the rebound. Here comes Delson. One thing that Spina said he's loved about his team is he says they're just nuts. They're crazy. They're in the national anthem before the start of the game as Sabatino breaks out. Great layup attempt. Teeny too hard. Loose ball chased down by Lubicic. Floral Park, the players lined up on the foul line, and they were practically screaming the words of the anthem, singing every verse, and that's not just a today thing as an extra step. No, a foul called down low. Delson was hit. That's not just a today thing, that's throughout the season. Foul called on Teeny, her third. Lubicic, top of the key, 3. Front rim, no good. Hogan the rebound, outlet, and Linden pumps the brakes, twirls, gets it to Sabatino. Sabatino and O'Brien, they are the de facto leaders of this team. Hogan to O'Brien. 4-3. Good. Paige O'Brien had 4 points in the first half. She's now got 7, which is also the lead for the second-seeded Falcons of Locust Valley. Their record, a perfect 22-0. That's also the record of the top-seeded Knights of Floral Park. Kozak for 3. No good. Lubicic chases it down. And the extra step taken by the freshman. Now you might wonder, how is it that Floral Park is the 1, Locust Valley the 2? They're both undefeated. They were both undefeated, obviously, also in their respective conferences. Well, there's a committee that decides those things, and the judgment was made that, well, Floral Park maybe played a little bit of a harder non-league schedule, or their conference is a little bit harder, or tougher, I should say, as Hogan's 3 is no good. Lubicic to the lane. She's hit on the ground. So no free throws, and that'll be the 4th foul on Teeny. So she checks out. The 8th grader Riley Roberts back in.
Number 25, Riley Roberts.
Lubicic top of the key for 3. No good. Kozak the rebound. And O'Brien rips it away. Switches hands to her right. Hogan, Sabatino, 4-3. Ball kind of died on that side rim, and here comes Floral Park. Slicing through was Delson. Misses her putback as well. The third quarter starting kind of similar to the way the first quarter did as well, where both teams had some looks. There, some turnovers and some missed shots. O'Brien to Roberts, and there's Sabatino. See Delson overplaying her left. O'Brien, the baseline floater. No good. Bateau, the rebounds. Delson. They want to push when they can. Delson slips through, and Hogan, the rejection from behind. And a timeout is called. It'll be a 30 by Locust Valley, so we'll keep it right here as we have a look at the Locust Valley sideline. And, you know, when we talk to their head coach, Mike Adone, he says, we thought we'd be pretty good this year and contend for a conference championship. And also they expected to be one of the top seeds in Nassau County. A year ago they were number 9. They were hoping to get a 4 or 5 seed, but being undefeated, that's never happened in the regular season in school history. So certainly they remain in uncharted waters, and purposely scheduled a very tough non-league, and just so pleased with where his team is and how they've navigated through that regular season to this point, being undefeated. There's been pressure, there's been deficits. Island Trees and their great player, Brianna Fitzgerald, they had a deficit in the semifinals, double digits in that first half against Manhasset, and they've fought their way back. Hogan for 3. Good! Hogan's second triple of the game. She's got 6, and Locust Valley with their largest lead of the game at 10. Delson swings it. Bateau into the trees, and she'll get the ball to stay with her team, but forced it inside. Great team defense by Locust Valley. The Locust Valley fans to our left with the Olay chant. They're excited. Lubicic, top of the key. Kozak. Lubicic for 3. The response! Lubicic with 5 in the game. The junior, the 6th man a year ago. Lacrosse and volleyball as well. A massive response. Sabatino. What a chess match this game is. Back and forth we go. Hogan thinks about it again. Ooh, that was on, but it went off the front rim. Delson gets the rebound, and obviously off of misses, Locust Valley can't set up their three-quarter press. Lubicic ball fakes, a scoop layup on the baseline. High degree of difficulty for Lubicic. She's got 7-5 in this quarter. She's on a personal 5-0 crusade. Hogan again for three. Her third triple. Inside, up and under. What a great move by Bateau, as there's a timeout called. We'll keep it here as well off that timeout. You can see the basket by Bateau. She's got 5, and what a year it's been for Floral Park as well. We speak to their head coach, Mike Spina. He was pleasantly surprised with where his team is. Last year they were 18-3. They lost to Island Trees in the quarterfinals. Only lost one starter, but he wasn't 100% sure where that team chemistry would be. And he said coming in to this playoff run, he's just ecstatic. They've developed this wacky personality as a team. They've run with it. But once the ball is thrown up, they just play hard. A really heady team. They can adapt and adjust to a lot of different styles. It's been a lot of fun. He says he doesn't want this run to end. Obviously it will for one of these two teams. Somebody's going to get their first loss of the year and their last loss as well. That's what you get when you've got two undefeated teams. Again, we said it at the start, first time since 1999 this final has had two undefeated teams in it. So it's so impressive that it's so hard just to battle through a regular season. Again, so many games you play non-league games, you play your conference opponents, you play them twice, home and away. You've got to deal with injuries and illnesses, and yet through all the adversity, both of these teams a perfect 22-0 coming into this game. Hogan's got the hot hand right now for Locust Valley. Will they go find her again? She's got Kozak guarding her. She sets the screen for Sabatino. Sabatino sheds a defender inside, and a short jumper by Amber Linden. Linden has 4. Delson out to Lubicic. Back to Delson, nearly stolen by Sabatino, and then a hand check is called as Delson was trying to drive through the lane. Foul called on Wiley Roberts, the 8th grader, her first. Delson inbounds underneath. Gets it out to Lubicic, guarded by Sabatino. Back to Delson. Double down low, back out. Lubicic open 3. Off the back iron, no good. Loose ball, chased down. Players from both teams go flying out of bounds. It's a jump ball was called, so it'll stay with Floral Park. Just a really fast-moving game. Not a lot of timeouts used. The timeouts that have been used mostly have been of the 30-second variety. It's just been these two teams just going at it on the court, back and forth. The coaches pretty much both letting them figure things out on their own. Step back, no 3 attempt. That was Harkins before. Kozak thought about it, and she travels. You mentioned we saw a plethora of traveling violations by both teams in that first half. Now we see some three-quarter pressure by Floral Park. They've used 10 different, as Hogan. Floral Park's used 10 different defenses. They don't have the response though right now for Lindsay Hogan. Her 4th 3 of the game, her 3rd of this quarter. It's an 11-point lead. Delson loses it. how about this response by, and they're going to have a conversation. This might go back the other way. But what a job Lindsey Hogan has done. And they do reverse the call. You look at her, you see her as a 5'10" big, right? But you don't realize she is, in fact, one of the better shooters in Nassau County. That's very clearly on display here in this third quarter. Another conversation among the officials. I think it is about the shot clock, as some of the observant Locust Valley fans pointing out from in front of us. It was reset when the thought was it was going the other way. Now it gets back down to 17 seconds. Game clock reads 1:03. Delson to Lubicic. Back out to Harkins. Great look down low. And look at the job. Both ends of the court Lindsey Hogan is doing. O'Brien. Will they find a hot hand in Hogan? She's got 3 triples this quarter. O'Brien says, I want to dial it up from long distance, and she does! O'Brien's second triple, and what a third quarter this has been for Locust Valley. A 14-point lead. Active hands defensively, loose ball, tracked down by O'Brien. 22 on the game clock. They can hold for 1 if they want, and that's what Michael Godone wants. Sabatino, the Locust Valley fans, excited on our side. What a third quarter it's been. O'Brien, and it's been primarily long distance shots. That look from Sabatino to Hogan, a little bit over her 5'10" frame. 5 triples in this quarter. 3 seconds left in the third quarter. They can get a shot. Lubicic will look for options. She goes for Delson, nearly stripped by Sabatino. Delson, the heave. No good, off glass, but what a third quarter it was for Locust Valley. They had a 4-point lead at the end of 2. That lead has now ballooned to 14. We've got 8 minutes left in regulation of the Nassau Class A Girls Basketball Final. You don't want to miss it. You're watching it here on the NFHS. We welcome you back to the Nold Athletic Complex on the campus of Farmingdale State College. Dylan Butler here with you. 8 minutes left in this game. It's a 14-point lead for Locust Valley. How do they get here? Well, they had a 4-point lead at the end of the first half. They've been pretty consistent scoring-wise. They scored 9 points in the first quarter. They scored 9 points in the second. Well, there was a 17-point explosion in that third quarter, led by some great long-distance shooting by Lindsey Hogan, who's got 12 in the game, and Paige O'Brien, who's got 10. 17-7 was the scoring margin for Locust Valley in that third quarter, and I was never great at math, but when you have a 4-point lead and you outscore your opponent by 10, well, you in fact do have a 14-point lead going in to the final 8. Floral Park has dealt with adversity this year, but this is the greatest amount that they've dealt with this late in a game. Let's see if Mike Spina's girls have a response. And Locust Valley, they've been so good in second halves. Again, big rally in their semifinal win against Manhasset. They were down by 8 in the third quarter. O'Brien hits the court hard. She's called for the offensive foul. It is her third. Good to see that she's quickly up. So you don't really say Locust Valley is a second half team. You know, look, they're 22-0, but they have a penchant to have big second halves. The referee wants to check on O'Brien, maybe looking for some blood, and says that she does have some. She's forced to leave the game to go to the Locust Valley trainer and get checked out. conversation on the sideline between the officials and Michael Godone. Then again, O'Brien, 10 points in this game, doesn't want to lose her. Back into the game, Maddie Driscoll. Sometimes you wonder if it just helps to sit on the seat closest to your head coach. That's where Driscoll was. Godone kind of just twirled, looking for someone to bring in quickly, and there is Driscoll. Rejection by Hogan, again impacting the game on both ends of the court. 10 on the shot. Harkins dribbles, drives, baseline, no good. Loose ball, chase down. There's Sabatino. She loves to push, and she is called for the carry. Quickly O'Brien back in, and that lead remains at 14. It's been difficult for Floral Park to score. They went 9 in the first quarter, 5 in the second, 7 points in the third. And Locust Valley, again, they're so good defensively. They love those looks. They play a three-quarter 1-2-2. O'Brien with the rebounds. She splits defenders, spins away, finds Hogan. I thought for a second she might go for the three again. She's got it. She works off a screen by Linden. Here comes Sabatino. In the corner for Hogan, nearly lost it. 5 on the shot. O'Brien, a hand check is called. How perfect is that for Locust Valley? You work the shot clock all the way down to 4, and then a hand check is called, so that 30-second will reset. Lubicic called for the foul, her second. Linden to inbound in front of the Locust Valley bench. She gets it out to Sabatino. Delson tries to pick her pocket to Roberts, and she is called for the travel. She couldn't even get to the screen that O'Brien was setting before she was called for the travel. So the teams exchanging again, turnovers. And Delson, the senior, into the corner. Lubicic quickly out. 3-point shot, no good by Harkins. And there's O'Brien, look out. O'Brien cuts inside. Hogan, another triple? No. And a push called underneath. It's against Floral Park. Oh, excuse me, it's against Riley Roberts the other way. Her second, she checks out. Looks like Teeny is back in. It's getting late early here for Floral Park. They need a response. Kozak inside. Short jumper off the front rim. Sabatino. And now you can see Godone making a motion. He wants him spread out. Sabatino uses that extra space. Doesn't get her layup to fall. This allows Lubicic to get on her horse. Lubicic drives in the lane. A blocking foul called on O'Brien. That is O'Brien's 4th. And Cheslock comes in for Kozak. So Lubicic will go to the line. And she'll do so after this timeout. A full one by Locust Valley, so we'll take it with them as well. 5:28 left. 4th quarter, you're watching the Nassau Class A Girls Basketball Final on the NFHS Network. Welcome back to the Nold Athletic Complex. Yeah, we got some dancing going on that far sideline. Gotta love when the 90s music comes back in. At least I do, I guess. So do they. They're having fun. They'd have maybe a little bit more fun if their team was leading. Floral Park down by 14. Let's see what both of these teams show off the timeout. Lubicic on the foul line. She's come to her own really late in the regular season as well as the playoffs. Her first is good. First point scored by either team in this fourth quarter. She has a nice shot. And you see her ability in the foul line. Well, if it's late in the game and the game is on the line, that's exactly who Mike Spina wants on the foul line. Those are her first 2 free throws. She knocks them both down. And the deficit is 12. Ball deflects out by Delson. Lubicic, by the way, has 9 points now, leading the way for her team. O'Brien and Hogan double-digit scorers. She has the ball now. Hogan back to O'Brien. They play catch. Nice ball movement. Sabatino a deep 2. No good. A couple of Locust Valley players go for it, and they both laugh as they hit the floor. That was Teeny and Hogan. They're both fine. They shake that off, and here's a chance now for Floral Park. They can cut their deficit with a 3 to single digits. Hawkins has that ability. She dials one up, and it's good! We wondered about the response for Hawkins, I should say. Her first 3 of the game, and right off of that, a turnover. So the lead, which was 14 to start this quarter, is now down to 9. It's a 5-0 spurt by Floral Park. Lubicic wants to work off the screen by Cheslak, gets it. Harkins loses it inside. And here comes Sabatino. Floral Park will pressure the ball. They want Locust Valley to move quickly, and the last thing you want to do is force up shots. You want to work that shot clock as much as you can. Here's Hogan, puts it on the court, gets to Sabatino. O'Brien, a lot of off-ball movement. Flips it to Teeny, in and out. Cheslak the rebound, Lubicic with the ball. She looks left and right, finds the three-point threat. Another one, it's good! Here comes Erin Harkins with back-to-back triples. Hogan, the response, rims around, no good. Teeny rebound, blocked from Delson. Here come the Knights. Delson drives, rejected by Hogan. Not today, says Lindsay Hogan. Kozak back in for Cheslak. Floral Park still has the ball. There's Lubicic. The hot hand is on our side, and Harkins looking for it. Lubicic says, I got it! A trio of triples, and Harkins the steal! The layup! No good! Loose ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Floral Park ball. What a run by the Knights. An 11-0 run. And Locust Valley wants to talk things over, and they will call a full timeout. We'll keep it here. Look at the excitement on the Floral Park bench. Their fans are just going bonkers behind. There they are, the student fans. What a job by number 20, Erin Harkins. a 2-year varsity player, a 2-year starter. Number 20 is an all-county player as well. She is very much Floral Park's top shooter. They do a lot of sets offensively to get her the ball. She's typically that streaky shooter, as the fans in Floral Park are going to be jumping around right now behind the Floral Park bench. Their mascot into it as well, the Knight. But Mike Spina says, look, when Harkins is on a roll, she's that typical streaky shooter. She'll miss 4 or 5 in a row, but when she gets hot, she remains hot, and that's what she is right now. She could miss 5, and she just keeps firing. She keeps trying, and she's got that green light to shoot the ball. You can see why. Back-to-back threes by the sophomore has the fans on the Floral Park side amped up. Locust Valley on our side looking for the response, which leads to a deafening atmosphere here inside the Knoll Athletic Complex. 3:15 left, fourth quarter. It's a 3-point game. Stolen by Teeny, and thought she might have traveled, but the officials said that the ball took a deflection before it got to her. What an important possession this is. It's 11-0 right now. O'Brien, the senior, connects. She's got 13. A dagger of a 3 increases the lead out to 6. Delson, runner in the lane, front rim, no good. Rebound goes to Linden, and she gets it to Sabatino. In case you were curious as to why or what it means to have 2,000-point scorers on your team, that's Sabatino and O'Brien. You can see why. O'Brien, the senior, steps up in a big way, and a blocking foul called on Lubicic. And it's her third. Paige O'Brien, a 3-sport athlete, and she impacts every sport in a different way. She's a goalkeeper on the soccer team. She's a pitcher on the softball team. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Locust Valley. Top 10 in Nassau in scoring, and O'Brien has unlimited range. Sabatino, she could shoot it as well, but she's more of that slasher type. They work off each other so well. O'Brien now looks to slash. Foul line runner, no good. The rebound by Teeny, and she is fouled on her way up. Foul on Delson, her second. The team's third. First free throw rims in and out by Teeny. Teeny is soccer and lacrosse. Cousin Joe plays for the boys team. She was the backup point guard a year ago, and this year she plays half the game as a point, half the game as a shooting guard. Loose ball rebound, grabbed by Hogan. It'll be a jump ball. The possession, though, will go to Floral Park. 2:06 left. Fourth quarter. Delson with the ball. Kozak thought about it. Foul line. Did she take an extra step? Maybe. And a short jumper and a quick timeout. That was Delson with 2 more. We'll keep it here as well as Floral Park looks for the response. They are down 4 after Delson's second field goal of this second half. You know, it takes teams a while, right, to form their identity. Spina was pretty adamant about this team's identity. There's great ball movement, there's unselfishness, there's a great team chemistry. There's not a superstar on this team. There's not that Kayla Hilaire who we referenced earlier on. Just a bunch of hard-working girls but he calls them wacky. Why are they wacky? Well, in warm-ups, they're dancing around. We mentioned before, they sing the national anthem at the top of their lungs. He says it kind of, in a way, intimidates opponents. Not the case, obviously, with Locust Valley here tonight, but he says before a practice, the team loves to make these TikTok videos. They steal Spina and his assistant coach's iPads. They take selfies with them. So on the outside, you look at them and you're like, these guys, they don't care, or they don't have that killer mentality. But once that ball is thrown up, that wackiness becomes just a fierce competitiveness, and that's been on display here in this terrific Nassau Class A girls basketball final. Off the timeout, we mentioned before, 10 different defenses used. Sometimes even Floral Park will change inside a possession. The near side official, our side, looked like he was going to call a foul. He was overruled by a traveling violation on the other side. So Floral Park with the ball. Their deficit was 14. It's now just 4. Delson to Lubicic. She's doubled to Delson. Dribble penetration. The runner. No good. And here comes Teeny. Splits defenders. Teeny. Quick outlet to Sabatino. And look at Bateau flying in there. And she knocks it away. It'll stay, though, with Locust Valley. 1:32 on the game clock. 23 on the shot clock. They are looking for that ball. It somehow escaped underneath the advertisement, and they found it. And now Locust Valley inbounds underneath. Kicked out top. Teeny quickly to O'Brien. 3. Good! Paige O'Brien, the senior. Kozak thought about it on the other side. Delson, she dials it up from long distance. That's short. O'Brien chases it down. Outlet to Sabatino, pumps the brakes. Back outside. Oh, Hogan thought about it as well. Sabatino. Under a minute now left. O'Brien. They double her. She gets out of it. Again, a double to Hogan. 9 on the shot. Hogan quickly to Teeny. They've got to move now. Sabatino for 3. No good. Rebound to Delson. She's got to push it. 41-34 is the score. There's your three-point shooter. This time it's a scoop layup by Harkins. No good. They've got to foul Floral Park. O'Brien gets it down court. And she is fouled by Harkins as the Locust Valley fans on our side starting to feel it. Foul on Harkins. It's her second. What a second half. Timeout is called by Floral Park. We'll keep it here with 28 seconds left. You can see how excited that bench is at Locust Valley, but what a second half it's been for them, and it's again been almost exclusively 3 balls. First it was Lindsey Hogan with 3 triples in that third quarter where Locust Valley extended out their lead, and we've seen Paige O'Brien with 4 3-pointers in this second half. She was held to just a pair of jumpers in that first half. I think they were actually both layups early on. So she had 4 points in that first half. She now has 16 on the game. All 12 points from beyond the arc for Hogan. For O'Brien. And you want your leaders to step up in the biggest of games, and that's been the case for number 30 for Locust Valley. O'Brien used to be a one-dimensional player. Teams would come out, box and one. Now she's found her way to impact the game by getting to the hoop, and she's so hard now. She's underrated defender as well. In that 1-2-2 that we've seen, she plays the back line a lot. She's one of those as well. If she could hit her first, she's good to knock down the next 3 or 4. Locust Valley not yet in the bonus, so they'll have to foul again. And Harkins didn't give enough space on the inbound, so she'll be called for a technical. That'll count as her 3rd as well, and O'Brien will go to the line. Free throw is good. She'll have one more. Of all her scoring tonight, that's actually O'Brien's first free throw attempted. And buckets on the next one as well. 9 points to lead. The important thing here off of the technical foul is that Locust Valley maintains possession. And it looks like Floral Park off of that technical foul will start to bring in some subs. Frances Riley, the junior, number 4. Cheyenne Parker, 12, checks in, as does the freshman Carrie Birmingham. So they'll just back it off now, and Locust Valley is 24 seconds away from celebrating a county title. They'll do so ever more impressively as an undefeated team. Their bench now stands. Their crowd on our side gets loud as well. 6 seconds. Sabatino, and that's where it should be, right? In Paige O'Brien's hands. She lifts it up, and the celebration is on. Locust Valley is your Nassau Class A girls basketball champions. Congratulations to Mike Godone and his team, and what a game we had here in the Nassau A final. Somebody had to win, somebody had to lose. The first loss of the year for Floral Park. A fantastic season as well for Mike Spina's team. They end it at 22-1, but Locust Valley, they will march on. Next for the Falcons, who improved to 23-0, is the Long Island Class A Championship, where they take on Suffolk County champions West Hampton. And again, the leader, you see here, number 30 in the middle, one of 2 1,000-point scorers, and Paige O'Brien, what a job she did in the second half, especially. 14 points in the second half, 18 on the game to lead the way for Locust Valley. Again, the Falcons move on. Floral Park season ends. That'll do it for us from this game. If you are looking for the boys game, that's going to come up in about an hour's time. It's Elmont and Southside. But for now, Dylan Butler again reminding you the final score. Locust Valley 43, Floral Park 34. The Locust Valley Falcons are your Nassau Class A champions. We thank you for watching on the NFHS Network.